So this is a mocking blow that just seems to have a longer duration. We have had a chain of reacts at this point talking about this crash out raid group because to me it is just fascinating to see groups that struggle and why. Been talking about that for years now, and we've seen some of those groups improve over time. I think Pasta Sauce is one of the most prime examples of a group that you would have never thought would be able to clear Nax, and now they do. And to me, that was a little bit of like a big brother, little brother situation of you got to bully sometimes, right? You have to make fun of the situation, and hopefully people will take that positively and it gets better. The problem with this situation is the opposite has happened and it's just gotten more negative. I like to talk about education. I understand that this content can be kind of boring for a lot of people, so finding ways to spice it up is important to just keep things lively. If you've talked about 50 to 100 knacks, how do you keep talking about it, right? Well, this is one way. And things have progressed a little bit. I woke up to a lot of people saying, "Yo, watch the stream, watch the stream." And within a couple minutes of me watching the stream, I just couldn't resist and typed in chat. I said, "I'm so disappointed in you." And I said, "Back to AV." A little bit too much. But with that being said, I just know that this group is better. 9 people in this group have rank 14 gear. Like these are people who play the game. And to talk about being undergeared and that kind of stuff is a little bit of cope. A Nax Light is totally possible from this raid group. Within an hour and a half, 2 hours, these guys can kill 6 bosses. But they're just not. And maybe we can go more into that experience later of why that is, but I don't really think so, right? These guys never asked for it, and clearly they don't appreciate it. So it is what it is. Um, to be real with you, though, it did just kind of hurt my feelings as far as how some of these people were just so adamant that it's done for attention. And I fed into that as well, where once that became apparent to me, I continued the rage bait as far as, haha, look, you're watching me, ha ha ha, attention, the thing you didn't want, I have. And I think that is childish, of course. And I'm thankful that Grayson watched my videos. I thought that it was on better terms. Previously, it was like, yo, your stuff's funny. Keep making videos. Yo, um, I don't agree with it, but it's content. Like, this is content, right? But clearly, we've kind of reached that next level of if you're banning people from your chat, you are not happy about the situation. And I don't want to feed to that anymore. In some ways, I'm thankful to not have the ability to be in that chat to contribute to that negativity. And I don't encourage other people to either. It's just not great, right? Let's try and build each other up and have better raids rather than worse. That really is my goal. So, with that being said, um, yeah, it's just kind of weird being the little guy too, right? Whereas if I was someone else, maybe this wouldn't have been my experience. Speaking to McConnell, he was banned the previous day in the chat, and then he was unbanned. The reason he was unbanned is someone gifted Grayson 100 Twitch subs. So, of course, for the monetary incentive, he unbanned the guy. Then the next day, he bans McConnell again. So clearly, just maybe not totally um, as self confident as was thought, or is just over the negativity. No matter what, I respect that. I don't want to poke the bear anymore in that way. Rage bait is over. If discussions actually come out of how do we get better, that's great. If nothing comes out of it, that's totally fine too. It is what it is at this point, but if you want to keep, there's 10 people that I woke up to sending me screenshots and that kind of stuff. It makes it really easy for me to make this content. Thank you to the thumbnail creator. I don't have to do much. I just have to talk, and that's awesome. So thank you for making it easy for me. At the same time, don't worry about it, guys. Just move on. It's not worth it. It kind of contributes to this idea that people have about classic players being really elitist, really sweaty. Um, and that's kind of the whole thing that I'm trying to talk against, right? I'm trying to talk about how you can do it without being super sweaty, but it kind of went that opposite way. So, anyways, GG's and till the next one.